pick something up the weekend. And then cut the paper out for it.
Like tentacle style?
There you go. That comes up.
You're not in Japan.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same rope thing I did last time.
No, I'm not Japanese. I'm a dumbass. There's a difference.
No one's calling you a dumbass.
I am.
So,
Huh?
I'm going to grab beer.
Okay.
We got $5. It's like $6 at the house, I think.
No, there's not.
yeah,
There
Ken.
was.
I'm gonna try to do the zip rope thing.
Well,
I'm
we'll
gonna
Hmm?
Gas.
Okay.
try,
When we get back, I'm gonna go and start working on the
But you can still go
Magic
get
item.
one if you
I
want.
still have the,
Okay.
I still have the rope thing. I the little thing, do I?
What?
I still have the same little thing
Well, how soon are you doing it? After the fight?
after we get to Safer.
How far was it from here to Saintsbury?
Did y'all fly back?
Yeah.
It took you like 5 minutes. 10 tops.
Then yeah, you still have it for like a few minutes.
Maybe 30.
Like 2.
That's not happening.
Huh?
Someone lose some crackers?
Oh. Thank you.
You do not get a tentacle of slime.
Okay. I'm gonna try punch again.
That happens.
Cool. Is it more controlled this time?
What?
Is it more controlled this time?
Yeah.
Not a burst?
You don't have to make a will save. What?
Nice. Because it's not just a burst, is it just controlled off my one fist?
What do you mean controlled?
Like, last time I did it, it went from here, 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 and back.
Oh, because you rolled a 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes off your fist.
Okay. What else could I do with it?
What are you trying to look at?
I'm just trying to understand the infusion specialization.
Oh, yeah.
Like flex it up
So,
and
That works.
okay.
Right now, I believe the only infusion you have that takes burn, or that gives you burn, is the extended range.
I'm gonna try to,
And that's
I'm
one
just
burn.
gonna try to
So because you have this, it's automatically 0.
Pick stuff up again?
Okay.
If you had a form infusion and a substance infusion that you could both do at once,
the stuff anymore.
you would add up the burn it gave you
Well,
and reduce it by 1.
well.
And so, and now it's a 2, yeah.
Then
I'll tell you when it stops.
36.
Does not happen.
But that doesn't account for the metakinesis, or the burn you get from
I'm gonna try to talk to you again.
doing the composite blast. It's just
There's still his
infusion
button.
specifically.
What?
There's still his
Okay.
button.
It's quiet.
Ooh, you're up to.
Now it is just you in your head.
You know, I was gonna say I should give it sentience. No, I shouldn't. Don't give this slime sentience. That's how assassination happened.
If you want to look for all of them, it's going to be up at the top of the page. On the right, there's a block that has like different kinetics pages, and it's got utility as one of them.
I'm gonna try to move it to only my right arm. Will save?
The coast.
Actually, I'm gonna go outside after I do that.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
And you
I'm
level
gonna
8,
go
so you
where
can do any of level 4 or below. As long as you've
and then
got
I'm
the
gonna try to punch
appropriate
again and
element,
see
which
if
is
more
air.
comes off. Because it only has
So
it on
any
my
air of level 4 or below that you get the prerequisites for.
It goes 10 feet instead of 5.
Cool.
So you effectively have a reach of 15 feet.
Nice.
You better quit, Cat. You're not even supposed to be.
What else could I do with the slime? I'm trying to pick stuff up because that doesn't work.
And he also screams when it's really annoying. He thinks he's the boss, but he's a brat. Cat is a brat. What's up?
When I punch things, does it actually like harden when it shoots off, so it'd be piercing damage, or does it just like?
It's like a bludgeoning damage.
Okay, because I was thinking, since it's still like soft, it would like just punch off like one of those slappy cans. Could I harden it while I punch it to make it sharper or harder?
You can modify it to do piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing damage. Yes.
That's pretty useful.
Ooh, really? What if I had put on the slime? It would have been fine if I lost
She
my
puts it
chicken.
only on her arm, and she has a reach of 15 feet.
I want to put it on my foot and try to kick it off. Like, I'm sweeping. Like a drop kick.
But you're gonna try and trip somebody 15 feet away.
Not an actual person, just seeing if I can, like, do the motion.
I mean, yes.
Now you need to buy some lantern oil.
Mm-hmm.
Put it all on your arm. Put the slime all on your arm. Pour the oil on the slime. Light it on fire and do the attack. And hope it doesn't burn off the slime.
1d6 plus strength and 1d2 fire damage. Yeah.
It's so round. Glad I got my slime. Actually, I wonder, would it like extend my hand so it could extend like spells?
Do you have any touch spells?
I have dramatic wounds.
Gestures John.
Yeah, gestures John.
You could try.
I'm gonna ask who Valky are you at Sainsboro? Alright. Valky, can I borrow you for a second? I'm not gonna do anything to hurt you, but I wanna try something.
I know of.
I know I'm just gonna try something.
What are you trying?
Well, I'm gonna show her without like hitting her. The punching thing. So I can do that,
Mhm.
and it goes full 10 or 15 feet, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to see if I can get into the slime to use some spells, like the touch spells. So it's like a touch person. So
What spell would you try to use?
are you hurt?
No.
Okay, alright. I could use a spell to just teleport you like 5 feet away. Wouldn't do anything that damaging.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then
What's up?
I'm gonna do Dexter's Jaunt on Valky to just.
So you stand away from him and stay away from her, and you go.
I turn myself to ice before she does this.
And it slings out. Roll 1d6.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to dodge, obviously. Because, waha!
5.
5 plus your strength mod.
Oh my! Oh no, I don't have hurt.
This is why I turned to ice first.
7.
7. You take 7 damage, and Jester's Jaunt is cast on you.
Oh shit!
I take 2 damage and teleport. Okay.
You just tell like. You do.
Imagine if a barbarian had this.
That's cool.
So add.
And I stop being ice.
Like that Chinese popcorn, Chris?
Can I just work with it?
Is that a touch spell?
It means I can use my computer and eat popcorn at the same time without ruining my keyboard.
I don't know. Let me look.
It's actually a pretty good idea.
I also like eating chocolate with chopsticks.
I need to figure out what gun I want to give her though.
Oh, you think you get to pick?
Do I not? I mean, it's
If
fine,
I were
I
a big
guess, but
GM, you wouldn't. Or actually me. There's shit like that where I thought about it, where it's like sorcerers who don't start with sorcerer class shouldn't get to pick their bloodline. I should get to pick their bloodline. I kind of could see something like that.
never
Like,
mind.
it would not be terribly unrealistic.
It's a close
It's
spell.
just like little things like
Yeah.
that. Like, your first animal companion as a druid, you don't get to pick that.
It's a close stuff.
That I would probably.
Well, not the first one. Like your first familiar and animal companion, unless it was like a trained animal, like for rangers, that one counts. Or like paladins and shit.
Yeah, I could see that.
But like but if you have to meditate and that animal comes to you, no, you don't get to pick that.
Yeah. I think that.
If it's like a gunslinger where you just find a gun, you don't get to pick that.
I would.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
What?
I wouldn't let him pick that at level 1.
Y'all are
Well,
nice.
maybe.
Y'all are cooler players than the people who live here.
Thank you.
In what sense?
They do not like hardcore mode.
Oh.
I was like, we're gonna roll health, and they were like, what? Like they act like I literally punched them all in the face and personally insulted all of them. Whether it's
Like at level 1 or just in general?
in general,
They just do max health?
all the time.
The fuck?
That's what I said. I was like, you guys can have better stats or max health, and everybody chose max health. I was like, what is wrong with you people?
I'm never playing.
I was like,
Y'all talking about the same game, right?
Yeah, well, like, yeah, you can play the same game, but with, like, different rules. And I like playing with harder rules.
Not
People here
compared to what I like, though. Like, your game is so super easy compared to what I wanted to.
new players.
I
But
saw
still.
you play a different campaign while I was at G&G one time. Like, I heard, like, I was, that was like when I was still writing the campaign stuff, but I saw you playing a different game. I was like,
I thought I saw you over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play, but
I was
I've
like,
never
I
played,
heard,
so I'm
how do
kind
I hear
of
Chris? And I looked over, I was like,
skeptical as shit.
that's why I hear him.
There's space.
I knew that laughter.
But no,
Like, I don't know the different
Okay.
terms or different types of...
she's learning pretty fast, though, so I don't think you'll have any trouble, really.
Am I picking my gun or no?
What? Are you pick? It depends. How many of a GM do you want to let me be?
This is why I'm asking you. I'm just like,
No.
okay,
You're going to find a gun,
okay,
and it's going to be broken, and you're going to tinker with it,
okay,
and it's going to fix. That's only going to work for you, because that's how gunslingers work.
okay.
What would you prefer? I'll take your preference into account.
I mean, I'd like to pick a gun, but
No, like what kind of gun would you prefer? Are you thinking long range, short range, mid range?
I want to have like mid-range,
Okay.
but
So you don't want a shotgun and you don't want a rifle. Okay, I can work with that.
Someone explain celerity.
You can galvanize the allies and enhance their speed, except it lasts for one round. You can accept 1 point to increase. Alright, so you can give them a speed boost for 1 round, for 1 point of burn. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty nice.
Oh. No, it's for free. You can do it for
You
one
can,
round.
Yeah, you can use.
At one
of
point, you
burn
can do
make
it to 1 round per level. And haste, right click on haste and read that. It gives you extra attacks per round. It gives you bonuses to attack. That is
So yeah, you can give.
that is pretty sweet.
You give this.
It opened a new tab. Yeah.
You get that. You can give that to anybody for 1 round for free. 1 extra attack. That's nice.
That's mine.
And then you can give it to them for an extra round
1 round per kinesis level if you take the
if
burn.
you take 1 point of burn.
Now it's a standard action to do that. Either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still pretty.
Huh?
Especially since we don't have anyone that can cast haste.
Want to become like
No, you do.
Of that like throat.
That's
There's too much wrong with your character. Then you need to. Josh needs to retire and you need to get a new character so you can have something else going on. You can't be covered in slime and be a lycanthrope.
Why not?
That's just weird.
And
I'm gonna make you an what is it called, an endothrop? I'm gonna make you an endothrop instead.
what's that?
Bugs. You can be a werewasp.
That doesn't
What
sound
are the
bad. That
different
sounds
types
cool.
of characters you can be or become? Or how does that work?
A lot. Okay, so you know Lord of the Rings.
Not really.
No? Okay. You know
I've seen it.
Skyrim?
Yeah.
Alright, we can go with Skyrim. So you know how there are a whole bunch of different races in Skyrim?
Yeah.
Same deal. You can pick a whole bunch of different races depending on what race you are. You're going to look different, have different society, all that jazz. You'll also be better at just certain things, like some races are going to be stronger, some races are smarter, things like that.
So, say I wanted to create a character. I'm taking it from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Go ahead.
But mix Rocket with Star-Lord. Could you do it? Or could I do it?
Alright, well, this is a fantasy setting, so you won't get, like, space guns or anything like that.
No,
so.
I get that.
But, yeah, there is a race already that exists called Rat Folk. So it's kind of about as close to a raccoon as you're gonna get. You'll be short like raccoon, and you'll be a rat person.
Well, I'm already short anyway, so it works.
So you'll be a rat person, and then if you want mind power, what does Star-Lord have? What is?
Star-Lord's closer to a ranger.
Would you say? Yeah, I'm not a big Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, really,
I know he gets mind powers at some point, but he also has a gun.
I think what he's really wanting to do, not so much be a rat person, but convert their personality of their character to a character.
Oh, like the class,
so
not the person.
basically, he would be more of a ranger with a gunslinger, or someone who's really, really big on weapons, explosions.
Yeah, if you want to be like. So like weapons enthusiasts are definitely a thing. You've got barbarians, fighters, rangers, gunslingers. Barbarians are basically your big angry guys. They're huge. They don't think. Their first answer to anything is to punch it. No. Oh, that door is locked. Let me punch it.
And that's their basic...
1 + 1 equals something. Let me punch it.
That's their basic attitude, and then they can go into a rage where they really can't.
It's raining outside.
Let me punch it. Barbarian.
Yeah.
Fighters are basically your trained fighters. You've been training your whole life. You're good with weapons. You're good with armor.
Star-Lord, too, would also kind of be mixed with a rogue, seeing as how he was...
Also scavenger.
A scavenger, yeah.
So, could you cross... I don't know.
You can do multiple classes.
You want to be careful when you start doing all of
that.
I wouldn't
do that at level
when you start multi-classing, it's like a double-bladed sword. Like, if you want to be a fighter and a rogue, you can take both of those, and you can be both of those, but neither are gonna be as strong.
Generally, I've found that unless you find a really good something that works, like you're trying to do one specific thing, and you can get part of it from one class and part from the other, and they work together really well, unless you find something like that, you're generally gonna be weaker than the same character that's a single class from another.
Describe Ranger to me.
So, Ranger... almost think like regular ranger in real life, like a park ranger. That's you, except you've got a little bit of magic. There's an animal that follows you around. You're
good with.
You're a good fighter. You're
pretty good with weapons. Yeah, pretty good with. They can specialize in like a group of weapons. So some will be really good with a bow and that kind of area of things. Some will be really good with like dual weapon fighting.
Could you do like mix the rogue and ranger together?
Yeah. I mean.
I really don't know. That's why I'm asking.
There might be a
rogue ranger. Like, no, that's cool. We're not like
saying you can't ask questions. Oh, we're just thinking about it. We're making thinking.
And like,
it's not angry.
Here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, almost all of the things in here, unless it's just something that doesn't exist in the world, like a lot of technology, it just isn't going to be there. But if you're trying to mix things, the answer is almost always going to be yes, you can. He loves working with people, so we can make a way where, yes, you can do that. The question is it going to work for you? Is it going to actually is it going to give you enough that you can actually survive at it?
Yep, there's one. There is already a class that is a combination of Ranger and Rogue. You get the best of both of them. So you don't even have to multi-class for it. It's kind of nice.
What's it called?
It's called a Slayer.
Nice.
Skilled at tracking down targets, Slayers are consummate hunters living for the chase and the deadly stroke that brings it to a close. Slayers spend most of their time honing their weapon skills, studying the habits and anatomy of foes, and practicing combat maneuvers. The Slayer is elusive and good at finding the opportune time and location to strike.
Are you getting an infusion endo?
Combining the deadliest talents of Rangers and Rogues. A Slayer's abilities are all about getting into combat, dealing with the target, and then getting back out again. So
Infusion
No.
specialization.
Yeah,
That
not
sounds like
infused.
something I would do. I would
That's
just have to.
that's the +2, or if you use an infusion,
that's,
it
that's
reduces
you get a
+2.
decent amount of health, so you're not going to be the tankiest
Well, the
person.
next
but
time
you,
I
you
get
can
Yeah,
take
one,
yeah,
I've
I would
already
leave that on the
got it.
sheet, but like make a note that you don't have it yet.
That's not
When's
bad.
the next time I get one?
Nice.
But yeah, I love making stuff up and changing the rules. So if there's any time you're like, hey, can I do this? I'll be all like, let me see if there's a rule for it. No, there's not a rule for that. You can probably still do it. I'll find a way. But like,
The funniest part is I just figured out what I'd want to do, and I already came up with a name for it. That's
there you go.
What's his name?
Astro.
Astro.
I'm an Astro fan.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
but
then you
that
also
would be, you
back
have
in
like
Kinesis.
your class. That's
got
what
what, a
your,
D10 hit
that's
die,
what
maybe?
you train to do, and then you've got your race, which
D8.
is what you are.
So roll the D8 and add
and
the
then you've
Constitution
got
modifier.
a whole character sheet that can tell you what your character's good at, what he's not good at, all sorts of
Of
stuff.
course, it's a 1.
But that's another day.
So 1 plus your Constitution
That'll be
modifier.
explained to you when you actually decide to play or not.
Well, Chris knows where I live, so.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Any questions? You can ask him. You can ask me if I'm not on. You can find me on Facebook or on Steam. I don't have a phone.
I found you on Facebook, I think.
Maybe I don't get on
Hold
Facebook
on.
that much. Steam
This
will
number or
be
this
easier to
number?
find me.
Modifier.
I think it's
So
you,
4.
Xavier.
So
that's
Yeah,
5
James,
overall.
long,
Plus
ridiculous
toughness
name.
gives you another plus
I want to
5.
say ridiculous.
And
It's
then
a long name.
if
though.
you're the same thing as always, you
Yeah,
get
I answer
favorite class
questions, he
bonus
answers
is either to your
questions.
health or skills.
And I like.
So
I don't
6
mind
or
teaching
7
people.
is what you're
I'm
adding
super
to your
patient. I taught
total
her.
hit die.
I taught her. Well, we taught her.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
The hardest
sounds.
thing for me is just the days, because I'm never off when y'all play. So.
And that's cool. I don't mind working with people like that too. Like you were here like what, 2 hours after we started? About an hour or two? That's not too bad, honestly. I mean, you're here anyway, so I don't mind you coming in late and playing. I mean, you're going to be here anyway. Doesn't matter.
We'll just find something for your character to be off doing on their own during that time kind of thing.
Go to work. I could be taking a nap or something.
He's narcoleptic. He falls asleep.
He falls asleep for 2 hours.
Just sometimes he falls. He catches up eventually.
He's narcoleptic. I never sleep.
No one knows how
Hey,
he
we
catches
might
up
work
so
together.
fast.
We
He
might
just
work
does.
well together. I might put some spell on you where you go to sleep.
No, I do it by choice. I stay up all night making magic items, and then I cast a spell to make myself not be tired in the morning.
And the level that he's on, your spell will literally go.
Yeah.
You think narcolepsy would make you more like Sandman? If you wanted to put people to sleep.
On another note, I'm just going to throw this out there because I just thought about it. If you want to wait for our next game to start, that would also be okay. Because then we're left with the same problem with, we can bring you in at where she started, and then we'll have our levels. Our level will be all over the place because you'll be at 4 and she'll be at 8.
And that makes it really hard to do battles that
Or
aren't going to kill him in one shot and are going to do anything at all to me. Or actually, at this point, too.
But then the problem comes in where we started her solo because we wanted to get her a feel for the game and not have her start with all of her powers.
I got you.
And yeah, you're never going to know how your character works if you start with all of it your first time playing at this level.
So that's why I'm just now thinking about it. You might want to wait until we start a new one.
Okay.
That way you can come in at the same level as everybody, and you can learn how to have the powers you start with before you have 50 powers.
That, or I just eventually actually take leadership and we bring in like some other NPCs and I just kind of train them all and he rises up fast from the rest of them maybe.
Maybe.
So like I'm going along with them and letting them fight things and just kind of babysitting.
Okay, if and when it gets to that point, I will just say, okay, we're rolling new characters because you're barely playing at that point.
But it'd still be fun.
It would be, but then it would be nice for the new players to be able to experience a game of a party that was together from the.
Okay, yeah, good point.
Because that's getting into it. Let's not make their first game a game that's never going to happen again. Like that's never going to happen. There's never going to be another game where you're level 15 and they are level 8. This is very,
Or he's a level,
very strange.
like the highest level you can go, and I'm like a level 1.
There technically is not a level cap. You can go up to level 20 in one class, and then once you hit level 20 in that class, you just pick a new class.
That's what Ashira did. She's level 20 summoner, level something something else,
And
level
even then
something
you-
something else.
If he allows it, you can actually still go up past level 20. It's just that's where the chart stops.
Yeah.
But like there's some things that you get at certain levels, like every odd level or so, and you still that keeps incrementing.
But no, what my favorite thing about this game is you can ask me if you can do something, and my answer for if you can do it, you can try. That's always going to be my answer. You can try. Just be careful.
D&D, the book, it's all guidelines. It's rules until someone says, "Hey, this rule is stupid. Let's do something different."
It says that in the book. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, these are rules. You don't have to use them if you don't want to.
The DM is the final arbiter of everything. It's cooperative storytelling then. So he's deciding how the universe works and how the NPCs behave and all. We're building our characters and figuring out what they can do, making their decisions, and together we're making a story. We're making the epic tale of what these adventurers go out and do. And it's not like we're having to... It's not a video game where we can't change stuff. It's not like we're submitting it to a huge other ongoing thing. Like there's a Pathfinder society where it is people playing basically everyone in one universe. So there are rules that those people have to go by. We don't do that. So if we say something is stupid or tedious, then we don't want to deal with it. We don't.
And the story is completely up to y'all. Like I'll have an outline. I'll be like, okay, this city. I'm gonna make this city for this reason. This is what it's for. Luna walks in. I don't like this city. I'm gonna burn it. Well, thanks, Luna. You just burned my city. She can do that. That's something
Yeah.
she's gonna get arrested. I can send dragons to come kill her for it because I'm cranky about it. But she has every ability to be like.
But then that just means I got another level. So he doesn't like doing. He doesn't send dragons after as much anymore anyway. I think at this point, I only still bring that up because of your reaction. Oh, but yeah, so a lot of DMs, it won't be like that. They'll be like, okay, this is the quest you're going on. They'll have even like a module, like a pre-made adventure, and it's kind of everyone is expected to just go do that, and you take care of that, and it's a lot more like streamlined. But
Yeah.
Correct.
but I like DMs like Chandler, where
I was about to say I'm a special GM, not to toot my horn. I'm nice. I'm trying to kill you, but I'm also trying to give you a fair chance. Some GMs are like, oh no, I don't like that. That just doesn't happen.
mm-hmm.
That's just all there is to it. I don't like doing that. If
You actually have something extra there to go about that book, though.
if you give me a valid reason why something should work the way that you think it should work, I'll work with you. I'll be like, you know what, you're right. That makes so much sense.
Okay.
So it's super fun. We really just try to have a good time. Like it's never really serious.
Yeah.
So if you feel like if you're not liking it, we're not going to be pissed off at you. If you're just like, okay, well it's not your game, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for everybody. It's sitting around in a circle talking and rolling dice. Sometimes it gets tedious. I have fallen asleep during games, so like that's why I don't play that much anymore. It's because I do fall asleep during games. I will. The minute I'm left alone for 10 minutes,
I think I did last session at the other game. I got knocked out early in a fight, so I was doing nothing, and I hadn't slept enough. I ended up saving like 3/4 of the party at the end of that fight, though, because I got knocked out first, and it was a system shot check. And this isn't a thing we do; it's not in Pathfinder, but in earlier editions, in second edition specifically, if you're in a fight and you end up at less than half of your hit points because of damage you've taken, you have to roll a system shock.
there actually are rules for that in Pathfinder, and I keep thinking about whether or not I want to instate them or not. It's called damage threshold instead. If you take a certain percentage of your max health in one hit, you have to make a fortitude save or pass out. I'm still I'm not sure how much.
I'm
I like
okay
it.
either way.
I don't know if I want it or not. It's a lot. It's just an extra roll, which is why I don't want it.
Well, there are some cases where it makes sense, and a lot of cases where it's just like, eh.
Yeah, like my thought is, if you've got 100 HP and someone quits you for 75, that hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes a person to keep going with it.
Yeah.
That's like losing an arm. Not many people are like even in the middle of battle are like swinging an axe, lost their arm. Let me just swing that axe again.
Yeah.
They lose an arm. They're like, oh, God. But they're gonna lose a turn or two, mourning the loss of their limb.
But yeah, in second edition it was. I think it was an optional rule then too, actually. But we do it where if you end up with less than half of your hit points, you have to make a save based on your Constitution modifier. And Mana had an 85% chance to succeed. And if you fail, you just pass out. You're not bleeding out, you're not dying, you're not continuing to take damage, but your system is in shock from all of the damage, all the blows you've taken, so you pass out. Normally you pass out when you hit -1 or below.
Okay.
But so I did that, and it was really early in the battle. And because I wasn't dying, I still had like 10 hit points positive, I woke up like 10 minutes later.
I see that.
The battle had recently ended. I had 2 fallen comrades near me, and there were a few enemies still up chasing around the thief in our party, but she was on her way out. So I managed to drag the 2 people around me out of the combat, like out of the enemy territory, and we got away alive because I passed out early. Yeah, that was a suicide mission we were doing.
We hang out, we have fun, we're nerds. If you don't like it, that's cool. If you do,
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean,
We'll play with you. If you want, and I really have no problem with you joining this game, but you'll be joining at level 8, which means you'll have almost half your powers. So you will be starting with a lot to do, like a lot to keep in mind about your character.
okay.
Now you're not doing a spellcaster. That does make it easier.
Yeah.
Like you will have infinitely fewer things to do because you will have feats
Yeah.
and attacks.
Which is, it's still complicated, but when you're a spellcaster, you kind of have to know all of the spells that you could be casting so you can decide which ones you want to use.
Spells.
When you're not,
Well,
Magic is complicated.
what if I decided once I leveled up that I wanted to start being able to do that?
you can
You
totally
can
do that.
totally do that.
You just can be like class into another class.
You just let me know. Like, hey, my next level, I'm gonna be a level in Magic Caster class. Pick one. There's sorcerers, wizards. You just pick one. I'll be like, oh, okay.
And yeah,
Well,
basically you
then
keep
sure.
you keep everything from the class you already have, and you get all the stuff from level 1 of the new class.
But you can multi-class.
You
You
can.
can. You can have as many classes as you can. You can be level 5 and have 5 different classes. Just level 1 and 5 different. I don't recommend that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No, I'm not saying I would.
You could.
But say, like you said, the one that I was wanting to do was called Slayer.
Mhm.
Yeah. What are you putting on my history?
Nothing.
She's looking at 8.
I was trying to find the one that I showed, and I showed it to him. The one that the Google search good puzzles for toddlers.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that one?
I just read it. What were you asking? Rain? Oh, yes. You'll remember it like 4 o'clock in the
You
morning.
were talking about multi-glassing, about your class being Slayer.
Yeah. I'll think about it more, and
Alright.
I'll let you know.
But and I don't want to say this now, but I'm gonna say it anyway because we're kind of talking about it. And like, I don't want you to I know I said you can start with at level 8 with us now, or you can wait for our next game. This game has been going on for a long time, so I don't.
Over 2.5 years.
I don't know how much longer this game will last. It might be over soon. It might not be over for another year. There's just no telling.
I'm not gonna want to stop it personally.
I've considered it a few times, and now that we've got you two significantly lower level than them, I'm considering it even more. Just because it'd be nice to have a party that's all together. But it's actually pretty fun right now.
Well, that kind of also gives me the opportunity to figure out.
So we'll just play it by ear. If we'll just play it by ear. Valky's becoming ridiculously strong, so she's friends with enough gods at this point where she can do most whatever she wants. So I don't imagine this story is going to go on too much longer.
Well, I really still envision it being once I hit level 18, I'm going to start going to war with countries. Like, not raising an army, but
See, I don't feel like GMing those combats.
I see.
Like the ones with the barbarian is going to be annoying enough.
Well, a lot of them won't be quite as annoying as the barbarian, because a lot of them will be doing spells that'll be wiping out a lot of them at once. The barbarian is going to take longer because I'm just blowing off steam and hitting them more.
It's still gonna be annoying.
Yeah.
The combats are starting to get. Yes. Your combats are annoying. Why do you think there have been so few of them?
Because you hate giving me XP. And because I had Shiana with me. No one wanted to fight us. I will say though, one other thing. If you decide you want to join this game, give you the same advice I gave Ashley when she started. We're not nice people.
Okay.
And because of the starting out lower level, we could all easily kill you if we wanted to. Don't piss us off.
I had to swear my life to Valky to stay alive.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't. They're not evil characters, but they are by no means good.
Yeah.
I'm both. They will kill you.
I might be good depending on my mood and depending on but
they
but
probably won't
also,
kill you for no reason.
Valkyrin is a major prissy bitch.
I'm not prissy.
You are prissy!
I'm not prissy.
Oh my god!
Prissy people do not do the kinds of things I do.
Which 2 liters did you bring?
The Walmart brands, Sprite, and then there's like a
I'm
Ricker in
actually
there,
gonna
but
Tommy.
like it's...
Huh? I'm actually gonna go hang out with Tommy.
No, Chris bought his own.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, that
That's
motherfucker
it,
been
go
sitting
ahead.
there drinking off that 2 liter for a while.
But our very first conversation was literally, do I just turn you over to these people that are chasing you because I really see no benefit in keeping you around? Or do I fight them because I'm bored? And I literally had to be like, I'll swear my life to you. I'll do your bidding if you save me. And we have a winner.
Look, I was debating. It's like, they looked like they'd be more fun to fight than she did. And there was more of them, and I was looking for people to join my town. They and her were both ferals, the people I was trying to get to join that city. So, like, I don't want to piss either of them off, per se, and have them not come live here. But then there is...
Them.
Huh?
You can go back and fight them. The whole organization. And there's more of them.
They're my peons now, though.
Are they? Did they join?
Huh?
Did they join?
The ferals?
No. Were they part of the Pharaohs?
The who?
People who's enslaved her, were they part of Pharaohs?
Yeah. It was like 4 ferals, yeah. So like I didn't want to really piss either of them off, but I also did want to fight because I've been doing nothing for a week. And then, but I kind of wanted to, save the person in danger because I am. Valky is a nice person with a sadistic streak. That's what it boils down
That's not
to.
even an understatement.
She does like people being happy. She likes helping people. She helps people. Helping people is its own reward. Harassing them and terrifying them is its own reward too, though.
So should we change your name from Chris to Valky? Like legally make that
Well,
your name?
that's the thing. A lot of people, and mine definitely are. A lot of people, when you make a character, it's an aspect of you,
Okay.
or multiple aspects of you. You know, and for me, that's how I make characters lately, more intentionally, is I'll figure out.
So important.
I did. I'll figure out kind of what their philosophy about life is, what drives them, and usually it's 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 of the many things that I think of when I do things, and it'll be those things are what's more important to them.
And I'm
I
fully
can tell you,
expecting
like,
it to
the
be
person
honest.
I would create would be knowledgeable.
When I
Their
sweep the floor
answers
tomorrow, it's
come
gonna
off
be
as
right
being
there.
a smart ass. That is me and my son made over.
Yeah, you'd fit right into this party then.
Or any party that any of the people in this room. Be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, like, Valky is she believes in balance. And her goddess specifically does not judge your life or your death. No death is better than another. She just puts you where you're supposed to go when you die.
You go here.
So,
she's
like
a librarian.
That could be sending you to hell or to heaven, And a lot of people would feel that as, judging you. But to her specifically, from her point of view, one isn't better than the other. And I was raised, like, I was brought up by a priest of Pharasma for a while in my life because I was depressed from I think it was an aunt, an aunt dying. And so I was being, like, counseled by a priest of Pharasma.
Oh, you're being for real, right?
Huh? In game.
Okay.
Yeah, this is his character's backstory.
That's why I had to ask.
Yeah.
Is this for real or a game?
So, like, she was brought up, she spent a lot of time at a young age in the church, being surrounded by that kind of thing. So she realizes, okay, it's not necessarily bad to be evil, but it's not bad to be good either. Like, it's your life is what you make of it. And so she learned to go enjoy and experience life to the fullest because she knows she'll die one day. Because worshiping a goddess of death, it's more at the forefront of your mind than it is for more people,
So would it be safe to say that to create a character that would be balanced in both be good? Be a good thing? Not afraid to do good or evil?
Yeah, well, and that's what she's doing.
Basically do whatever.
It just depends on what kind of character you want to play.
Oh yeah. What you want to do is completely different. I'm just telling you what
Like,
Valky takes.
That's what I'm at.
There is no rules to what kind of character. If you want to play a character who is racist as fuck and wants to kill every elf on the planet, go ahead.
Don't do
I
it
will
because
not
your wife is a half.
I will not stop you.
Hey.
The thing is, you do want to.
You do whatever
You want to try to make it a character that will, even if you don't get along with the rest of the party, make it where you can coexist with the party. Yeah. And that's kind of the only guiding thing.
Like Luna, we had a
and like I'm saying, it's even more important in this party because you will be the one to die.
yeah.
It's not like you've got a chance of winning the fight that happens because of it. At least not at first.
But like we had another player in this game, Tom, and Luna and Tom's characters never got along. They were never friends. They were always mean to each other. But they still managed to be in the same party and accomplish goals together.
Because he was incessantly but mildly irritating. His very presence was irritating, but just a little bit. And he was useful. I can't even remember what the fuck he did.
Depends on the character.
Chris, compass sword. We can do the compass sword.
Oh yeah, Luna found the sword.
Compass sword right now.
Oh.
No, not right now.
Yeah.
No, well,
We've been sitting here talking. And now I'm like,
And yeah, Valky would be. That's gonna take a while. I am gonna go do this first.
because that's not a day.
Yeah.
That's a quest. That's not just a task. That's a quest. That is we have to travel and find.
I'm fine with us doing that. 2 days.
You know what's funny is I designed that. I gave that to you, and I'm like, y'all should do this quest later. Now that you're finally doing it later, I'm like, wow, it's a little bit too late
Yeah.
for y'all to be doing that. I wish y'all had done this like 5 levels. Check my
We'll try
watch.
to
Well, we
at
wouldn't
least
have it
start
for levels.
making
That's not my fault. It's not my problem.
it's Tom's fault.
Or at least come up in the
Y'all's
creating
fault.
part of it.
You can, yeah. I don't have a character sheet anymore.
What did he say?
It's more.
I actually have some spare ones.
Oh, he's.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with a character and all that stuff.
You're gonna be level 4. I do like a little bit of backstory, just like a little bit, where you're, it's like where you're from, why you do what you do, why are you a slayer, what got you into sneaky hunting.
Here you go.
I still want to know what my hometown is on IO. I need to figure that out one day.
Like
I gotta figure my shit out too.
like a lot of the things when you're making a character, the question, like while you're making it, if you're trying to make like an actual person and a character, ask yourself why a lot. Like why is this my character? Like Luna's intelligence is her highest stat. That's Jash's stat is intelligence. Why? Why is Jash so smart? Why is that her best stat? She likes to read. She's super smart. That's just but things like that.
Isn't Constitution mine?
Yeah, you're
Why?
super healthy. You've been living out in the woods for a long time.
No.
Haven't you? Have you?
Yeah.
So like but like you got stats like stealth and sense motive and like if you're super sneaky, why are you super sneaky? What got you into being super sneaky? If you're a super good liar, well, who did you lie to all the time? Why were you lying? Things like that. It helps
This
you.
old man.
It helps you make a character with like a personality and a past.
Okay.
Just little things.
I can write that part on the back part here.
Yeah, you don't even have to write it down if you want to.
No,
I'm
maybe
just-
I have to write it down.
I'm just gonna be all like, hey, what's your character about? And you can be like, oh, well, this is where he's from, this is what he did. And I'm like, oh, well, that's nice. And it can be you. You can make yourself if you want. I did. That's the first character I made was me. I was just like, this is me as a rogue. I'm a